Yeah, so I mean, I can cut this part out, but what we can do is we can go around the room, say our favorite, like our name, and then maybe like your favorite, I don't know, B movie or a dumb
Your
thing.
favorite movie of all time, bar none. You'll die on a hill for it. There you go.
Bar none.
Bar none.
Bar
Top
none.
movie of all time. That's all you gotta say.
All right.
All right.
Yep.
Who wants to start? You want to start?
I can start. Yeah, I'll start.
Luke starts.
So, co-host of Thunder Goose podcast, Luke. My favorite movie of all time is the same movie that's on the very top of IMDb, which is Shawshank Redemption.
I hate you.
That's a cop-out answer.
That is cop-out. It
It's not a
sucks.
cop-out.
Movie
It's
sucks.
an incredible
No, the movie doesn't suck. The movie's great.
It's
it's
an
just that's
incredible
an
movie.
easy answer.
It's just if
I
you
like
want
that
to do,
answer.
I've seen the movie too many times.
I could. Fine. You know what? Fine, you guys.
No,
Let me pull my
we'll keep
letterbox
it.
and pull my shadow pick of like
Jesus.
something a little more
Shadow
hipster.
Legend.
Jeez, man. Sometimes the most popular thing is the best thing.
I feel like it's hard to pick one because it's always what you're in the mood for.
Well,
Yeah, but, hey, who the fuck are you?
I'll say
I watch Moneyball once a year.
I'll say-
Dude, that movie fucks.
Yep.
Oh
my
my
backups are gonna be Silence of the Lambs
Okay.
and probably Interstellar or Braveheart,
Okay.
All right.
and then Gladiator.
Okay, so you said name one, and then you just like
I did 5.
Yeah, it's.
That's cheating, dude.
My
He's a
podcast.
cheater, dude.
I pulled up my letterbox as well.
I'm not gonna do that because I don't have to.
I
don't
didn't
have
have to either.
should
I
I
was
have a
just-
letterbox?
It's a good
Oh,
thing,
yeah?
'cause no one knows who's talking.
No,
except
literally, my
me,
top
'cause-
movie is the #1 movie on my letterbox.
it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So-
dude.
Shawshank Redemption.
That's right.
You
Stole
guys
my
do?
no
Oh.
fuck.
I know Joel
No, fuck
would have said it, but I tell Joel.
I like how you guys are like ragging on me, and then you're like, no, fuck no, I would not make that.
I tell Joel that's my favorite movie of all time, man. I love that movie so
a good
much.
one.
Hey, kudos to you. It's just
Yeah.
easy
That's
answer.
why I went first.
Because
Should've
everybody
gone
loves
first,
that
dude.
movie.
What are you gonna say? Like Lion King,
Yeah, that's actually
a remake?
So I'm Joel. I'm Joel, and I'm also on this podcast. And my favorite movie is that what we're doing? Our favorite movies?
It's probably some guy
Joel,
Ritchie.
this was your idea, wasn't
No, it
it?
was
Some
Luke's
Guy Ritchie
idea.
bullshit.
No, Joel,
Favorite
you.
B
I'm
movie.
pretty sure you said it.
Just
Watch it be snitch.
I will say Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, man.
Okay, actually, that is a good pick. I thought it
I-
was
I
gonna be.
could watch that
I thought it was
movie
gonna be a Guy
anytime,
Ritchie movie because you were
ever.
obsessed with them.
Well, I do love
still,
Snatch.
yeah.
I do love Lock, Stock, Smoke a Barrels, baby.
Yeah.
I love Rock and Rolla.
Yeah.
Fuck. Guy Ritchie used to make good movies.
Yeah, and then it kind of fell off a little
Yeah,
bit.
I mean, he's
Yeah.
making
Although
okay
the,
movies now.
the Gentleman was
Gentleman
a good
was
one.
good.
Yeah,
This gentleman is good.
yeah. My name's Stu. I'm friends of the podcast.
No, you're in this podcast.
and I'm now
bitch.
in it. Yeah. Actually,
You're
this is my
host now.
podcast now. You guys are fired.
I'll bow down
Alright.
to you, dog.
No, but my number
Submit.
one movie is
I will.
I'd like to
Goodfellas.
leave.
Oh, dude.
Oh, you know,
I'm
I
a
just-
Scorsese
yeah.
like stan. I love him. I'm excited for the Killers of the Flower Moon. when
Dude,
it comes
yeah.
out.
You said The
Fucking
Irishman?
No. Although I did watch The Irishman
Yeah.
start to finish, no pausing.
that was
yeah,
rough.
we did too.
Goodfellas,
That was pretty rough. More
Funny Like a
Scorsese,
Clown?
bro.
That is funny like a clown.
Funny
Joe
like a
Pesci.
clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny how? Funny like a clown? Do I amuse you?
Yeah,
That's
Goodfellas
good,
is
man.
fantastic.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah, my name's James. I'm on the podcast.
you've been on before too.
I have been.
You're
I've been a
you're
guest.
returning
I've been
visitor.
asked, and I
And you ask.
I'm gonna leave. And
Bye.
my favorite movie of all time is 47 Ronin, and
No,
No, go home.
Keanu Reeves?
there's a 27-minute Kanye West documentary that came out 10 years ago. I saw that in theaters with a couple of people. That was a good one. So that's probably that's number 2 for me.
That's cool. Was that the one in the movie theater?
So I saw both in theaters. One, I saw 47 Ronin in 3D with a
3D
with a
IMAX?
guy who I referred to as, it was me and Kawa, and then one other person in the venue, and it was chubby Keanu Reeves. And that's the only way to describe him.
Oh,
I'll never forget it. Got to that theater at like 2 a.m.
I love that for you.
Best theatrical experience I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now I gotta go watch 47 Ronin.
Yeah, that and Star Wars when they ever shoot lightning. I just
Didn't they
think it's
put
cool.
what's his face? The zombie boy or whatever his name was? The guy that has like all the tattoos on his face.
What movie?
Wasn't he in that?
Post
47
Malone?
Ronin?
Yeah, 47 Ronin.
I've never seen it. I couldn't tell you.
You fucker.
It's probably Interstellar though.
Yeah.
Interstellar. Yeah,
Interstellar's my
dude.
favorite
That's a
Nolan.
gorgeous movie.
Yeah, same thing. Just it was me, Kawa, chubby Keanu Reeves, 3D.
Keanu Reeves.
They made that movie in fucking 3D.
No,
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
That's a lie. You have seen that movie. We watched it at my house
That's
together.
my favorite movie of all time.
Oh man.
That and
doing
Arrival too. I like those kind of.
Dude, yeah,
Arrival's dope.
I mess with that
Yeah.
movie too.
Yep. We're here doing something special, something particular. B Movie Boys, right? So,
BS, you
got-
fucking idiot.
Sorry.
It's now B movie boys. Guess Fluke.
It is whatever. Watching. We're
B
trying to have it,
movie
like,
BS.
labeled B movie
Is
men.
now B movie boys.
Whatever the title.
B-movie man.
Don't take the name of this podcast off of what we're saying. Just look at whatever Joel names the title, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're listening to right now.
But our goal is to essentially watch a movie together and then kind of immediately post movie record a reaction and I guess brief review or discussion on it.
Yeah.
We don't know how long this will be, but it will be long enough, I'm sure.
Yes. It'll. Joel has a lot of editing to do.
Yeah. So with that being said, who wants to do a brief
Hey, well, I was
intro?
gonna try to pull it up.
Yeah, I could start us off real fast. So, minute 1 scene.
Wait,
Boat
what's the name of the
enters.
movie?
Yeah, dude.
Diver team 1 looking for the box.
Hold on.
Line 2, diver team 2 hit the water. That's actually how the movie starts. To a T.
I know, but the viewer or the listeners don't know what movie we're talking about until Joel's gonna put it in the title.
Anyone who
but-
knows the movie, I will cash app you $20 if you knew what it was.
Watch,
Those two lines.
watch the director of the movie listen to this and then ask for the
He's
cash.
stoked. He's so excited.
Thanks for the cover. Thanks for the exposure, guys.
All right. I have an entire. Unless you want to read it, the IMDb.
Whoever wants to read it, I can read it. You
I'm
can
not
read
reading that.
You want me to read it?
I wrote one while
Oh, you
we were
did?
watching
You
the
did?
movie.
Yeah, hell yeah. You read yours then. I do have
Nah,
one. It says
King
the
Stu,
whole
go.
movie.
King Stew.
Yeah, so my summarized plot of this movie, it was very hard to track where this movie was going, but Rob Schneider and
Okay,
Jean-Claude...
guys, we have to call out the name of the movie.
The movie's
The
called
movie is
Knock
called
Off.
Knock Off,
Okay.
starring Rob Schneider and 90s heartthrob and action star Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Okay.
God damn.
Now we're good to do
Rob
it.
Schneider and Jean-Claude Van Damme play Tommy and Ray, two men who work for a pants company called V6.
V6 jeans.
V6
so
jeans.
good.
jeans.
But nothing's as it seems. Tommy is actually a CIA agent sent undercover to find out a Russian plot to attack the U.S. Ray agrees to help in order to clear his adoptive brother, who is Asian, named Eddie.
Such an awful movie, dude.
But Eddie gets blasted by a rocket and throws off the plot of this entire movie. It turns into a fuck all of just trying to figure out what's going on and who's who and who's the bad guy. Turns out it's not Jean-Claude Van Damme or Rob Schneider.
I was surprised because I thought I couldn't remember Jean-Claude Van Damme's name the entire movie.
I couldn't either.
So until
I
you
don't
said Ray, and then I think Ray is actually Rob Schneider. Now that I'm thinking,
No,
about
it's Tommy and Ray.
Tommy.
Oh yeah, Tommy, dude.
Rob Schneider
Tommy
was
and Ray.
Tommy.
Okay, I was right.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys want to know why that the British were in there? Did you ever figure that out?
No, I saw the flag.
I think it's because Hong Kong was run by the British
It is
Empire.
June of 1997. In 72 hours, Hong Kong will return to Chinese rule after 150 years as a British-ruled colony. So that's, I think,
Yeah.
what that's like
Yeah,
their
yeah.
For all you
time frame.
history buffs out there, Hong Kong
on
was
that.
ruled by the Brits for a very long time, and I think I was the only one that actually knew that.
And for present time booths, we don't know who owns Hong Kong. So
For present time boofs.
It's China. Actually, I think Hong Kong is now a free
For present
state.
time boofs.
yeah, for present because he said for history booths. So I said for present time.
He said buffs.
For boof, you want a boof? I got a bottle
Has
of
it always
liquor,
been
bro.
buff? I always
We're
thought it was
boofing now, dog.
Yeah.
Boofing.
My bad.
Hey,
Uh,
hey,
Yeah.
boof your character up a little bit.
So I want to say this.
This movie's a king.
Scene 1, verse 1, diver team. No, the green fire
Yeah.
in one of the very first scenes.
Well, and also all the rest of the movie.
Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It's the same animation today. That is, honestly, I kind of wanted to bring it up earlier. The green fire animation. it is the same. Like that's just they just stole clips from this movie.
It was funny because we were like, why the fuck is the fire green? Like, fire is
I was
not
thinking
green.
so what happens is like baby little dolls that have
Become
these
plastic?
microbombs explode up, and I was thinking plastic, right?
But
then the
come
rest
to
of the
find out,
entire thing is just green.
But then come to find out, the plot twist was it was purposeful. It was called like a green firebomb.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well,
like,
what started first, the name or the device?
I think it was the device, and then they were like, "We're gonna name it this because it's
It'll be
green."
the green
Yeah.
firebomb.
I think this movie was the king of one-liners.
Oh, bro,
I
Dude.
have 23 of them.
I
I
can't
have
wait.
my two favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, I took almost all of them.
I honorable mention. Russian tough love is stabbing your friends to death in this
That
movie.
was good.
Seriously, like there's a lot of like, but also was there like not a large amount of hand knives, or like
Oh yeah, they were like tiny little knives.
Everyone
like
had-
That was
that
super
looked like
in
a
the
piece of
90s.
glass.
yeah, everyone had that really.
That one guy that looked like Heisenberg from Breaking Bad would use his like eyeglasses as knives. He just like pull them out and start trying to
that's
chop
The guy with
right.
the cough?
You mean the guy that was doing fucking jazz hands while he was
Yeah,
fighting?
he's like,
Yeah, hey, I got you.
He never speaks the entire film, right?
Dude,
Didn't need
almost
to.
no one does
didn't
except
need
for
to.
the two main guys.
And yet his character was so explicitly well known by us, dude. There was no problem for us knowing who that was.
No, the jazz hands were sick. I've
Yeah.
never seen. Like I wouldn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do when I was watching, and I was just.
I think
wore
I would have lost
fedora.
the fight if I had fought him.
Man, dude, fuck, he is Heisenberg.
Also, the start of this movie was so hectic. You had no idea what was going on. All of a sudden, it was just like guys in boats, Russians underwater trying to find their knockoffs. Quote, they used literally the title of the movie within the first scene of the movie.
Yeah.
They're knockoffs.
They're
just like
knockoffs.
that.
Yeah. And like you just don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden you're just thrown into this world where Jean-Claude Van Damme and Rob Schneider are business partners and homies, and then it's a race. It's just like
Dude,
the
the
race happens out of nowhere.
we got to
You don't
talk about
know
the
why.
race. It's like a chariot race.
But there's also like Jean-Claude Van Damme's like super into counterfeiting
Yeah.
or like knocking stuff off, right?
Yeah,
Right.
knockoffs, bro.
Yeah.
So I started the movie thinking that Rob Schneider, kind of like Key Fox,
yeah.
he's just walking around, he's shirtless, women
Yeah.
all around him, and then it turns out, and you're like, wow. I mean, I can only imagine. And then Van Damme comes out, and then you're like, no,
Imagine
this
what?
guy Fox.
He's so like Rob
But
Schneider.
it turns out they're both losers.
so okay.
But I also think they both I don't know
I mean, all the V girls or whatever they called them, like Claude, and
The
then they don't.
V-girls, yeah.
Yeah, right. They're like the cheerleaders for
yeah,
the
they
jeans.
hated Rob Schneider's character because he was a creep, and then Jean-Claude's character was also a fucking creep, but they loved him
Yeah.
because he was muscular.
He does look good.
I feel like so no one's favorite actor is gonna be Rob Schneider, right? Like that's not gonna be
In this movie, yes. I thought he was the best.
movie, yes.
Okay, if someone tells you that their favorite
You
actor
can
is
do
Rob
it.
Schneider,
Yeah,
Fucking
no,
love
what do
that
you
shit.
think?
I honestly don't believe that. I would never believe that.
Exactly.
Ever.
You think, okay, which one? Benchwarmers or knockoff, right? Like that's all you're gonna think of.
Hey,
now.
hey, he was in
I forgot
he was
about
in
that.
Demolition Man with
That's true.
with Sylvester Stallone.
Wait, is it
True.
Rob Schneider, Deuce Bigelow, or some shit?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
Yeah,
He's also
okay.
That
hot
movie
chick.
sucks.
So it's
Actually,
okay.
it's been
I'll
a
say it
really long
again.
time.
Knowing all that now, could you ever see someone's favorite actor being Rob Schneider?
No.
Now that I remember
Still,
Deuce Bigelow,
still
yeah.
no. Okay. That's all I wanted. This is just such a weird
Rob
casting.
Schneider will always be a supporting actor.
Yeah.
He will like his leading acting roles got him nowhere.
It's the same way I
Right.
feel about Steve Buscemi. Although
Well,
Steve
Steve
Buscemi's a
Buscemi-
better actor.
Boardwalk Empire though,
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
kind of
say
got into
Boardwalk
that,
Empire.
and that went on
was
for
like-
a very long
Mhm.
time.
He was in that.
That's
It's
fair.
a TV show.
That's fair.
But that was later in his life. Up until
But he's
then,
also a
right?
better actor.
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
Anyways, we're getting off target here. We're talking about knockoffs.
Oh, dude, that's
off.
deviation.
Knock it
is
off.
what Thunder Goose
Knock
does.
it the fuck off.
Also, I don't know if we all kind of noticed this early on. The entire movie is English dubbed, even over Jean-Claude and
Yeah.
Rob Schneider's voices. So they like post dubbed the entire movie, and the audio was off the entire time.
That's probably how bad the audio production was on the live takes.
Yeah.
Like it was probably just they did that
They were just
bad.
in the street, and everyone's like, "I can't hear anything they're saying. Say something that you think you said about this is the line," and then it's like just
Yeah.
not.
I guarantee that.
Think of it like
yeah.
this: like, what if instead of just being like, "Hey, we're only gonna dub the people who don't speak English. They're like, well, wouldn't it be easier if we just threw an entire dub in there so we wouldn't have to edit it and then just
They're all in a circle while watching the movie.
yeah.
God, I gotta just stupid, dude.
Honestly,
that'd be amazing.
so
Huh?
I will say this though, dubbing is super hard.
Yeah.
Like it to make it look legitimately good, it is a very hard thing to do. They failed horribly at it.
Yeah, Kung Pao did a really good job.
Dude, Kung Pao Enter the Fist is like peak
Was that
cinema.
really PG-13 or R? Because
PG-13.
I just saw it as being rated R on YouTube. It was like it had the
They
R
might have
rating.
done a
I
red band
wonder if
version.
It's now rated R. Like,
Yeah.
It's
back
definitely
in the
more
day.
offensive than
Right.
a lot of things
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that movie. That movie's like part of my junior high, like early high school stuff.
I will say this though, what they didn't do for the audio department, they put way more money into the stunt department.
bro.
The stunts
It
were
was
so
sick.
over
It
the
was so
top
sick.
and nuts.
Yeah. Jean-Claude Van
and it was
Damme?
the whole time.
He's sliding all over the whole ship floor.
Oh yeah, that was fucking great.
With the wire?
Or the with the wire, where you could obviously see the wire for the stunt. But no, like the sequence during the foot race when he's like carrying Rob Schneider on the cart,
Yeah.
and then he like attacks this van, and the van crashes in the most like ridiculous manner, and like
Stupid.
perfectly squeezes into a shop, and meets up to the walls, and then tips over. And it was just like, okay, that would like was way completely like
Excessive.
planned out. It was
Yeah.
and it was excessive.
Yeah.
Also, just like the sequence of events was like they're in this race, that crash happens. The shop that they just happened to crash into, which is completely just random, I need to remind you, was owned by a fucking cop.
There's
Like
an
it was an
undercover
undercover cop
Right.
the whole time, just waiting for a van to crash into
But-
her shop.
It does
Yeah,
have one
explain
of
this
the
the whole
best
time.
scenes when Rob Schneider chucks a can of beans in
He
her.
shows up and throws a can and knocks her out.
It's so good.
I honestly didn't think that they were gonna do it. I thought it was gonna miss, and then they just domes her, and she's just
Domes
like
her, dude.
out.
He's like, and then like Jean-Claude Van Damme's
It's
just like,
JJK.
she's a cop. He's like, I didn't know she was a cop. She just had a gun. Like,
She didn't say she was a cop.
Goddamn.
We should do some one-liners.
Yeah.
James, you
Favorite
wanna-
one-liners. I feel like before James goes off the rails with it, we should say what our favorite ones were.
But what a surprise! So I actually wrote that down in my notes to interrupt someone by saying "what a surprise" because that was a one-liner used, and he interrupted somebody with that.
I only wrote down like 3 one-liners. So
Let's see.
I have a couple. I'm gonna try to do them in the name. You guys go first. I'll save the ones you don't use.
entrepreneurship, baby cakes.
Yeah, that was mine.
Oh
That was
yeah,
one of
dude,
mine,
and then
yeah.
he punches her.
I do have that. I have that. Deleting. That was a good one.
Yeah. Smoked his ass like a Roman candle.
Yeah.
Yeah?
She
That
was so
was
proud
good.
of it. She was like, I smoked his ass like a
That's
Roman
Roman
candle.
candle.
So good.
I
don't
love
got any.
those.
I don't got any.
All right.
All right, James, you ready?
I have. Can I die alone, please?
That's
Oh,
good.
that one was good.
Can I die alone, please?
Oh wait, let's give Joel this one.
What?
You wanna do that one?
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay. All
Some
right.
of the one-liners are just like out of pocket words. Like Rob Schneider would start talking, and then a random guy would just go, "Shut up!" There was that. Look into my pants.
Oh my god, yeah, that was good.
That was Hong Kong love. Sweetie knew about the bombs, huh? You guys remember that?
Yes.
Who said that? Who said the line?
Dude, it was one of the people. Oh, when Van Damme walks into the secret hideout where Eddie is, I think, or he's walking in, and it's right when he goes, "You still there? My mother loves that record."
Oh yeah.
and then he meets up with the guy, and I like that. And then did anyone else notice what's his name? The like the boss. Before, I mean, we can spoil everything because
Yeah,
Oh,
fine.
you talking about Skinny?
not Skinny, the boss,
The CIA boss.
the CIA boss. He said everything monotone. So I did write down when Van Damme is holding Rob Schneider over the edge of the building, the commander literally just goes, "What are you doing?" And then they start talking, and then he looks, and it just literally, "What are you doing?"
He just-
Oh,
he
he's
said it
like,
again, right?
who are you? And he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the last man that you ever see living.
All right.
I
I got a couple more, but we'll save them when I remember. Actually, we have.
Leave the big one.
I I should kill him in front of his parents.
Yeah. Which Rob Schneider says about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Awful, man.
There is the fat guy named Skinny.
Yes.
Who they do? Okay, so the transitions in this movie are fucking crazy. So from a filmmaker's point, they're awful, but they're also the best. And I feel like the two favorites that I had was when he tries to Claude Van Damme starts to put on a shoe and it goes into the shot of inside the shoe and then it's a pool ball. I was like, what the fuck? And then also they did Skinny. And then they turned him into like a
fish with like fucking teeth.
I was like, fucking hell yeah, dog.
No, it had some of the sickest transitions I've ever seen a movie have. Just, it didn't matter if it matched.
It never matched, bro. I love it.
It was so good.
One of my favorite scenes was there's one of the bad guys is like a sniper, and so every time he shoots, like zooms in on his eye before he shoots.
And
someone.
like a tin can over his eye, and the camera lens on the other side.
But the way he dies is so stupid, and he gets knocked into like the spikes in the wall for a construction site. But he's like
on a boat.
Yeah, no, it's on the top of a truck.
It was on top.
Oh
of
yeah,
a truck.
you're right. It was on
truck
top of a
sequence.
truck. Yeah.
He fucking kicks him off the truck into a broken pipe and just like impales him through his heart.
Right.
You're like,
That's
what the hell?
There's that, and then there's the guy that gets thrown off the truck, and then he gets shot in the head with the sniper. But it cuts to like a scene of a piece of fruit getting exploded.
Yeah.
And then it goes back. Like,
Yeah,
oh man.
Who signed off on it? Like, that's so good.
easy, dude. That's
the way they got off that truck was stupid too, by using the giant sign as like a kite almost to like flip off. Like, what the hell was that?
And then he just yells, "You asshole!" and then he starts sprinting.
That's right. That's the movie.
What about the transition where like Eddie at the beginning of the race, Eddie was like cheating and like they hired somebody else on a cart that looked like him with a kid to mimic a little person because he had a little midget like as his like as his
so
like cart
bad.
person, and then you just see the little kid as like the stunt double. It's
Yeah,
like, oh
and
my
he's
god.
just like,
Yeah. They call him the fix.
They
The
just-
fix.
yeah.
Oh, that's right.
You said the
He's got the fix,
here.
man.
I don't know. Hopefully that's not an actual offensive saying.
I really hope not.
No, that movie's hella offensive,
although
dude.
one of my favorite lines was in his native language. It was either Thai or Filipino. He calls Rob Schneider a shrimp.
Does he? Rob Schneider's so short too.
Yeah.
Dude, it was fun to see Rob Schneider's like throw punches and flip people around because I'm like, that's not real.
Yeah.
Whenever he did it, he was like, yeah, and I'm just like,
Dude, he was pretty good shape, dude.
was you think so? I mean, he was like probably because he was younger for sure.
Yeah, when he had his shirt off and he was getting the bandages on, my only thought was, are we gonna see Dawn?
Shut up, dude.
Joel was convinced that this was a movie in which we saw his penis, Jean-Claude Van Damme's penis.
Well, I thought this was the one because they did that scene where, you know, it was like these are counterfeit jeans, but they like do real jeans first and it doesn't tear, and then they rip it apart. And I was like, okay, so when he grabs a pair of jeans and does his cool karate kick up, his dick flops out. That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Man, that would be amazing, dude.
I'm pretty sure it
James,
happened.
the
James
movie
would have
we
got
watched.
his wish. He would have got his dong.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
But that goes from B to A. So.
A tier, yeah.
It's no longer a B movie. It's an A movie.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dong does make it A for sure.
I don't know.
Classes it up on a grade.
It increases the cost of production
So
by a little bit.
So let's talk about this B movie as a whole. Like, it ends pretty loosely, right? We would say.
The entire movie is loose.
They were like,
Like-
they were
That's
like
real.
fucking around with the remote for
Yeah.
all the bombs, and then they're like, "Oh, we're not good with technology," and they just happened to blow up the bad guy who was a block away from them.
I do love the block
in
away.
like downtown like city area.
Yeah, in
Not
downtown
like-
Hong Kong, like
Yeah.
people fucking died outside of
not
that.
like
Yeah.
some remote area. Like there was definitely like children playing somewhere nearby, probably.
Well, it was
Um,
nighttime.
In the scope of a B movie, this was balls to the wall ridiculous and was hilarious because it was so bad.
Oh
Yeah.
And so like B movie, if it was like a 1 to 5 on like the B movie scale, I'd give this like a 3.5 to a 4.
Mm-hmm.
As a movie in general, this is like a solid like 1 to 1.5.
Yeah, you know,
real.
audio. I mean, to take it seriously, audio design alone kind of makes this just a piece of trash.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, Joel
Yeah.
and I were talking about that. Of just this movie will have music playing, and it'll still be in the middle of the scene. Like it could be in the middle of a kick,
Yeah.
and they just would stop the audio.
Cut and dry.
Cut
Just
the
Yeah.
music.
And it would just end.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we were
Oh.
joking about the transitions, like, oh, the transitions are funny. The transitions made the movie to me. I had no concept of when it was going to end, how long it would be. I didn't know what part we were on because it just would transition out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, this must be something new happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the dude,
Literally-
that's what's crazy. Is that's what it was all the time, right?
Yeah.
It was always something new where like they'd go into a computer and then they're like on the other side of the world and like something else is going on. You're like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
And it caught me off guard because then when the movie did end, I go, I was like, oh, it could have just been another transition, and I would have thought that was probably correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think as a B movie, so it depends on how you're talking about this. So this is definitely a high budget B movie, right? There was a lot more
Mhm.
money put into this than something like
This had an A
But this
Galaxy
is
budget.
'90s. This probably was in the theaters.
They were able to get Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I think this was
Well,
an
I
A
know, but
movie budget.
Claudy
I-
Boy is usually
during the-
most of
Okay,
the
so
movies
it's
are-
it's B movie by designation from the fans, not really
Right,
made
yeah.
that way. Okay.
Right.
So definitely more of a high budget movie then. So
Mhm.
and so it's kind of hard to rate it as a B movie then at that point because it's only gonna be a B movie because it's so bad.
I'm curious to,
Yeah.
to see
So-
what Hollywood studio actually produced this because
I'd give it
it'd
a
be
three.
wild to think.
I'll
like,
give it a 3.
I give like a 4 out of 10 or 2 out of 5, one of the two. You know?
Yeah.
This isn't
it's-
the worst one I've
It,
seen.
it was still funny though. I think the laughs were totally worth it. The $4 to rent it on Amazon, totally fine.
Yeah,
or
go watch
YouTube.
it.
But
We can
you know,
talk about
I
it.
think I like my B movies more like Moose or like Lamageddon.
A little bit. You just like a little bit more crazy.
I like lower budget and
You like that
terrible
low.
physical effects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
but
that.
I also love the higher budget stuff too, like the motorcycle one that you want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the,
isn't it just the motorcycle rides
It's
itself?
it's like
The guy falls in love with the motorcycle.
or I bought a vampire motorcycle.
Yeah,
Soon I watched that one. That one's fucking tight.
Yeah,
that
it
that
is,
one should come back. That would be a very fun watch.
Chud's also a good one.
Chud. Yeah, I
Chud's
had-
my favorite B movie.
Yeah.
It is your favorite. movie.
As a B movie, I'm gonna give it. Are we doing it 1 out of 5 or 1 out of 10? No, it's a 1 out of 5 on the B movie scale, and then the whole.
10 out as a
So
regular
as
movie.
a B, I also.
Thunder Goose rates 1 to 10. You guys, it's
No,
our
I like
podcast.
this. Let's do B movie 1 of 5, real movie 1 of 10.
I like that because B movies, because based on like, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, just because the stunts were sick.
Yeah.
Stunts are
The
top
stunts
tier,
were
dude.
sick, and the fighting was sick, and other than everything else, I enjoyed it.
I did. The Matrix scenes were super sick when they were like running at like
That was
full
some of the
speed.
funniest
Yeah.
I
And then-
totally forgot about those. And then he does the wall climb, and just like that kind of stuff is so funny. I
Mr.
will say
Anderson.
I've watched a good amount of Van Damme movies.
Mhm.
This is one of the worst ones I've seen.
For sure.
Yeah,
Um,
100%.
And with that said, I would never watch this movie again.
Same.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 10, because it's
Yeah.
definitely not. I honestly think the worst B movie I've ever watched was with Joel, and we tried to do a podcast about it, and I think we were just angry at the entire time. We
Yeah.
were just so angry.
Yeah.
It was the bank robber one. It was the worst movie. It's actually probably the worst movie I've ever seen.
It probably is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I can't remember the name of that shit.
The bank robber
I
movie?
can't either.
It has the Black Flag dude in it. Lead singer from the Black Flag.
Oh, Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins is in it. He's like one of the main bank robbers. Isn't it like it's like a ghost that's in like the bank vault? Is the idea? It's like the
No,
bank
it's
robbers
just-
go
he's
and
a
rob it.
serial-
And
So they're shutting down the bank. People go to rob the bank on the last day,
Uh-huh.
and then there's a serial killer making a deposit or withdrawal
oh, that's
at
right.
the bank, and it's this whole thing.
And Henry Rollins is a serial
He's probably
killer.
the serial killer.
He's
Yeah.
He's the worst. Everyone's the worst. There's a couple
It's-
movies I've watched that we can't ever repeat or share, like that DDR movie. Like we could never watch that in this day and age.
What was that Adam Devine
mean
movie?
Dance Dance
where he was,
Revolution?
his penis gets cut off in it, right?
Game Over Man.
Game Over Man. That was the worst movie I've seen in recent memory. That movie was
Adam
trash.
Devine was in a Game Over, man. What? What?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Adam Devine
Devine?
tries to audio asphyxiate himself
but his
while
dick-
he's
I don't think it
with his dick
Gets
out.
cut off.
Oh, someone's dick
though.
gets cut off in that, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, someone's dick does get cut off in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the worst movie you've seen in a
That's
while.
probably the worst movie I've seen in recent memory.
Man, I don't know about that. I mean,
That
it
was 2
wasn't.
years ago,
It
I
wasn't
think,
that good, but
Oh, I
where's-
remember that. Wait, we watched that together. I
Yeah,
think.
we all did. I
We
think.
might have. It was terrible.
That was. I completely blocked that from my memory. That was the Workaholics movie.
Yeah.
I will tell you that this was actually a big budget movie because it was distributed by TriStar Pictures.
Oh
Damn.
shit!
So that is
dude.
the same studio
Damn.
that did Hook, Jumanji, the Godzilla from the 90s, like
just-
with Matthew
Damn,
Broderick,
bro.
like Starship Troopers.
Wow, I
thought
just
so.
watched Hook, dude.
So it's actually a big budget movie, but it's so bad.
It's just
you
so
know?
bad. Did it do good for its time?
I don't think so. We
I
could
f-
check.
yeah,
we
I
could
feel like
check
it's really didn't.
box
was
office
this
on
just
it.
more like Point Break inspiration than more Top Gun stuff? Or people just trying to mimic the high action?
Point Break is
Well,
so
yeah, I feel
fucking
like-
funny.
Dude, so
Especially in
good.
the '90s, that was like
Yeah.
the thing was the action,
Yeah.
right? So-
Last movie star. Or
So,
Yeah.
guys, get this.
All right.
It had a $30 million budget.
I believe it. I believe it. Those stunts were.
Do you want to know what it made
Take
in
my
the,
$4. Is that
opening
enough?
weekend?
I do want to know what it made.
It made $5.5 million the opening weekend.
okay.
Grossed worldwide $10 million.
Hey, adjusted
That
for
is a
inflation.
flop, bro.
Adjusted for inflation, is that still more than the Flash? Just kidding. That's a joke.
Probably.
Is the Flash supposed to be like a lot of money?
The Flash.
The Flash was really expensive production,
400
which is
yeah.
funny because the CG in that movie is ass.
It was 400
Ass.
million for something, and then like 200 million in marketing or something.
Sounds like embezzlement to me.
It's probably just all of his legal
Yeah.
bills.
it's starting to break. It's almost. It's probably true. They're about to break even with it being on demand now. So
I mean, I'll watch it. I always watch it when I watch all of them when they go to HBO.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I just hate myself.
yeah.
So
Knockoff. Okay. Joel, did you rate it?
No.
let's hear it.
I think I'd give it a probably 3, maybe 3.5 for just humor alone. Like I felt like the one-liners for sure, like it had me
So
laughing
funny.
like through the whole movie. The transitions were so funny, and it made me go, I could for sure get some of my friends together and like make a movie
We
like
should
this.
do that.
And so that is fun and funny. As a real movie, I think 2, 3 max for sure,
Yeah.
because it was
Pretty
shit.
trash.
I also am sorry I didn't want to cut you off.
It's okay.
I found out another fun fact about this
Give me that
movie.
fun fact.
Tell it.
So you and James watched a movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dennis Rodman
Yeah, yeah.
called Double Team.
Yes.
And you
A
guys loved that
masterpiece.
movie.
We did love that
It
movie.
is a masterpiece.
It was directed by the same dude.
No
Let's knock off.
way.
I believe it. He basically took those blur motions
What?
and then put it in there.
Yeah, the blur motions were in the other one too.
I will
Yeah.
say,
Maybe that was his thing.
so when it comes to Double Team, not to like get off topic, the transitions are a lot better. Like I'm not going to spoil it, but you kind of know exactly what's going on always, and it follows the story really well. And then the movie itself is just a big joke, and that's where it's at. But like as a movie, I do remember watching that with you and going like, oh, like I want to show every single person I've ever met this.
Yeah.
I did not feel that way with Knockoff. I
Right,
did
yeah,
not-
that's a movie I would probably not tell people to go see. I'd be like, hey, dude, if you're like really baked and bored and it's on like YouTube for free because they do free movies and stuff, like watch it. But
Yeah, but
It's
we
kind of-
paid money for this.
yeah, like I wouldn't pay money for it.
$4.
Yeah,
it's $4 that Luke will never get back.
One
That's okay
lucky
with me.
one lucky winner will actually we'll fly you out here to watch this movie with us.
Yeah. You can
That out.
James will do that.
follow the link below.
Yeah,
Whatever
It's
that
not a
means.
This is
phishing
Ponzi
scam.
scheme.
Send us your social security
It
number
just
so we
goes
know
to
you.
a LegalZoom
I'm a
website.
Nigerian prince that's looking to send you money.
Get those 16 digits on the back of your parents' credit card. Send them our way.
Yep.
We got V-Bucks gift cards.
Yep. Please, and Domino's.
I love Domino's
I just
and
like
Blockbuster.
For anybody else, you can
Yep.
call Luke at 6.
Like, wait.
Thank you so much for checking into the podcast, guys. We really appreciate.
Is that
Just
it?
kidding.
Are we over?
Is that it?
What the fuck is happening?
Well, we
Luke's
rated it.
desperately to get out of
Well,
here.
no, we rated it. What else do you guys want to talk about now?
Let's just talk about the funny shit. What was your favorite part of the whole movie?
Oh, it was when the sniper got kicked onto the bolts or onto the spike. I mean, sorry. Like I said earlier.
Should we have? Can you edit this so our ratings are at the very end?
Sure.
I can try.
Yeah, don't do that.
Can you chip chop this podcast?
Can you chip chop?
Yeah. My favorite part was the Matrix.
Yeah.
When it goes.
Yeah, I definitely. There was that chase scene where he was chasing Skinny down. and it was like blur motion and stuff to
Yeah.
make them look like they were running really fast.
Wait, how did Skinny die?
He like crashed a car or some shit. I don't even remember how he
I
died.
thought he got blown up.
Probably.
No,
everyone
Most of the
ever
people
had
that
Skinny
died in
dies?
this movie got blown
No,
up.
Skinny died because they went to interrogate him, and then they blew up the CIA base. And
Oh,
then
he was in the
Skinny
base?
was in the base.
Oh, under
They
the
thought
statue.
the captain died. Remember?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it turns out he was the bad guy. The
I
whole
actually
time.
think we glossed it over a little bit. Stu did say it, but I forgot about it. I think the best scene is actually the rocket. When he
Yeah.
opens up the safe, the
Mm.
rocket hits his stomach, he flies through a wall, and then just
blows
explodes
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's.
That was the
we
funniest
all-
death in a movie I've seen in maybe
Yeah.
ever.
I was
I think
crying.
that's what sold us to keep watching it. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw that. Like, oh, okay, cool. Keep watching.
Well, I felt
There
like
was
it
also the
kinda sucked.
dude that got crushed by a fucking anchor.
Yeah,
that was
too.
brutal, dude.
And then the what was it? The big, what do you call those? Like the cargo things? But the
Cargo
guy
container.
gets like
the-
hung
like
and
the
then just
shipping
smashed
container.
him.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, he gets his head cut off and then smashed into a wall.
Yeah,
So
dude, no,
good.
that dude's
Damn.
neck that dude's
That's
head
jazz
gets cut
hands.
off with a loose
Yeah,
rope.
yeah.
It's jazz hands, boys.
Yeah, it was a loose rope
Yeah.
that cut his head off, and then he gets destroyed by fucking shipping.
Why did he have a
Perfect.
cough? The cough never came up. He was
Adds character development.
perfectly fine health.
He was an evil, sick Russian man.
Yeah.
and I thought he was the lead guy at first.
Nah.
He's just a guy.
I think that guy's less important than the guy that accidentally cuts the other guy's neck.
Yeah.
Like in slow
Cuts his
motion.
friend's neck.
Yeah. That guy probably felt more important.
Also, yeah, I don't know. The little knives in this killed me.
Yeah.
There's so many like
They
I
killed
have a
so
than
many
li-
people.
Yeah.
They also killed so
so
many people.
stupid.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? There was another one. I just have in all capital letters. Why? You guys remember that?
No, do you remember where it was? Or no?
Dude, it was. I think Eddie says it when they're talking about something. They're just walking and talking. He goes, "Eddie, we can't sell counterfeits. Why?" And that's what it is.
So, fun fact. So we were talking about our favorite movies at the beginning of the podcast episode, and I said that my favorite movie was Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Fun fact is the bad guy in this movie is Paul Sorvino, who was also Paulie in
Oh.
Goodfellas.
Yeah,
So we had mentioned that when we were watching it, and he was also in like The Sopranos.
Yeah, he's in The
he was
Sopranos.
like,
Acid,
so much like stuff.
Acid on Polly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
R.I.P. He died last year.
Oh,
so
sad.
but he was 83,
Rest in
lived a long
peace.
life. But yeah.
Long live.
Dope.
I only have one other thing. I can't remember. It was towards the end. It's just the word congratulations. I can't remember when they said it, but I remember in the moment thinking, "This is just funny." Like this.
I told you that when we made it through the movie.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you just say to me?
Congratulations.
Oh,
you
thank
put
you.
quotations, Luke.
I did.
Oh, I did. Oh, I did.
Why? What are you doing? What are you doing? That was the funniest thing.
Oh, it's
I
so
think
good.
out of all the one-liners, other than I'm gonna kill him in front of his parents,
Dude, that was-
which was so out of like for everyone. If you ever watch this movie,
He
or
said
you
so
probably
good.
don't, it's not even like prompted.
He's no. I feel like he says it after he finishes his thing he's talking about.
Yeah, and
As
then
like another. As like he just keeps going.
yeah.
he goes, it cuts. He's doing something else. He literally says that one line only,
In the
and
scene-
then it cuts
The
back.
scene cuts.
And then it cuts. So it cuts. I'm gonna kill him in front of his parents. Cut. And then so that's the entire line. And then what was the other one where it was them walking up the stairs and it transitions to stairs? I guess they don't believe in elevator or escalators.
Oh
Look
my
at
God.
Yeah.
Man, they should have got an escalator here. It's
And
like
then it
but it's like a
cuts.
historical monument, like a
Yeah.
shrine.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the entire
Well, dude, I feel like
scene.
the amount of times there'd be a line said and then it just cuts to a completely different like scene was about 50% of the movie. I truly had no idea where we were going at all from beginning to end. Besides, there's little tiny bombs, and that's it. And
That
there's
could-
gonna be a problem.
That could be the little pieces of metal on your jeans.
Oh, yeah.
That's, that guy. There are bombs on my jeans. Has to rip off his entire outfit.
Well, dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is the least amount of like naked Van Damme that
Like
I think-
shirtless
yeah,
Van Damme?
because
So
like
much, yeah.
Although they
Like-
did, there was. I mean, they threw it in there. I wouldn't say it was the most, but like there
I'm
was.
saying it's just the
They
least.
found any excuse for him to rip his sleeves
Yeah, he
off
did.
to show off his muscles, or like he took his shirt off randomly in the middle of a scene to go chase some dude.
Right,
He's
he
like,
was
"Oh, let me
pissed
just
off,
take
so
this
he-
off."
Took off his Hawaiian shirt, so he just has a black wife beater on. You're like, damn, bro.
Yeah,
He looks good.
Yeah, I feel
real
like
good.
young. He looks
that was probably
Yeah.
like some contract stuff with the studio. Was like he'll do the movie, but he has to take his shirt off a certain number of times in the movie in order
Yeah.
to do.
I don't know enough about it, but I just like Van Damme just had to be a sex symbol back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. he is right now
Is he?
to me.
Yeah. No dong
Yeah.
though.
Joel's got a
Yeah,
poster of
no
him in
dong,
his-
though.
in his game room.
Not in this one, dude.
Yeah. I got my-
So as far as movies coming up, just to let everyone know what we're doing currently is all four of us just throw a movie into a pile, and we'll vote on it. This was this week's movie. It was my nomination. I won. I just want to let everybody know that.
Oh,
Thank
got
you.
it. Gotcha. I was like, what's
yeah,
up?
thanks for making us watch that piece of shit.
Why'd you play your
I'm
hand?
upset. Honestly, I hate that. I feel like, you know what? These B movies are such a dice roll because again,
you never
we've
know.
all watched so many of these,
Yeah.
and sometimes you really find the magic gem,
Mm-hmm.
and then sometimes you just find the movie that, hey, this is 90 minutes. I don't want to watch this anymore,
Yeah.
but I gotta do this.
Yeah.
And that's when it really. If
Yeah.
anyone wants to start a
But hey,
podcast,
baby.
do a new podcast called "We Only Watch Good B Movies," and then that is the winning. That's the winning.
And then we'll
formula.
listen to it because we
Yeah.
don't want to listen to ours anyways.
Exactly.
So.
To get to re-go
Just
over
kidding.
ratings.
I think across the board, I'm gonna do it 4 and 4. Sorry, 2 out of 5 and 4 out of 10.
I think we averaged as a group then with you at 2 out of 5. I think we averaged around a 3 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Is the
Yeah.
unanimous group
As a B
average-
movie,
as a B
Yeah,
movie,
yeah.
and then it's probably a 2 point. It's probably like a 2 or 3.
it matches pretty much like
I
on
think
the scale.
I think you said 1. I said 2. You said 3. You said
yeah,
3 or 4.
I said like 1.5, 2 stars.
so it's,
Those
it's
stunts are
around
freaking
that. A B movie.
tight.
B movie rating 2.3. 2.3 is the B
2.3.
It's the
movie
new-
boy.
we're
movie
gonna start doing
rating,
the
2.3.
Dave Portnoy
Get some whites in
system.
there. We could also just do like
We'll just make our own, like, what is that called?
both.
Film thing.
both are out of 5,
letterbox.
then you combine
Yeah.
them to be the total score.
Yeah, out of like 15.
No, just both are out of 5. So like, if B movie's 1 to 5,
Oh, I
as a
like
movie's
that.
1 to 5, then combine them, and that's your total score.
Probably total
Yeah.
score would then
But-
equal, if I were to do quick math, you're probably looking at a 1.8. You're probably looking at a 1.8. I think it's good. I think it's
Yeah.
a good
Damn, that's
number.
some quick math.
Do we
dude.
agree with
Yeah.
that, guys?
Yeah, long division, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
1.8 out of 5 for overall score.
This is the word of the Lord.
That's me.
It's-
Come back. New episodes twice a week.
Each week, fuck.
This will be a monthly
We're
thing
quitting
for
our
right
jobs.
This is
now.
a once a month thing
We're
for
putting
now.
on jobs.
And then, pending support, we'll figure out something else. But yeah, for the time being, there'll be special episodes every month of this. So hopefully people love it. If not, screw off. We're still going to do it.
Hopefully we get to
Yeah.
do Prayer of the Roller Boys next time.
I thought we were doing Star Wars episode
Hey,
2.
so when do we get paid?
Do you guys do comment? Wait, do you guys have other comments?
Not on spot.
this?
I mean,
Yeah, like could someone comment on this? Like, where do you guys get your comments from? Usually, when you read them, like, do you
we
get
pull it,
fans that-
well, those aren't comments on stuff that we've done. Those are just comments from Crunchyroll and episodes. So we
no one's ever sent you a comment. Okay, I was
Really?
I would say I was gonna throw it out. Something fun is like the first person to reply with the movie.
yeah. We got. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
We have a
people
lot.
probably would do that.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't really
Yeah.
give a ton of people opportunities to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey,
How many people?
when we
I think
ask,
that's- I
like,
think
hey,
that's a-
will we
I think
do
that's
it?
a good
We
idea.
get responses.
So
So
how
yeah.
many people listen to an episode? Sorry.
Yeah, have your viewers pick what movies, or
Let's
like
get some
give you a list
recommendations.
list
Yeah.
of movies, and then we
And then
can
we'll
discuss
vote
as
on
a
those.
group. Yeah,
That's because right now we're voting on our own. What if we did that? We wanted to hear their movies.
Just
And
do
we'll
a
vote
fan
on those.
Try
recommendation
that.
every month.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like if
Roll a
you
D20.
guys like this and you want to do recommendations and we
sick,
get enough,
actually.
I'm down.
I at least
Yeah.
want to look at them, because there's probably gold out there. Because this movie was recommended to me by a friend in a car ride. Like he just goes, "Oh, you like Van Damme? Check this out." And we're no longer friends.